So, hello and welcome to probably the first edition in a while of Frl T2. If you didn't notice already, today we're going to be using F2 cars to race around Monaco, and we're also going to do it with the F2 format. So, firstly, what you see here, as you can see right now, is the F2 cars as somebody goes into the barrier. I don't know who that is, Pricky. As you can see, the F2 cars are doing one-shot qualifying, which will then set the grid for the sprint race, I believe. And then obviously you've got the reverse grid for the feature race. So very different here today. We'll go to the guys out in front currently. And it's Collar Killer currently leading the way. I'll be honest, I have no idea what all the cars are called because I've never done F2 myself, but we'll get all the telemetry up as soon as possible. Obviously, the old super soft tires, the purple mark tires, they're strapped to all the cars except for Angel Oliveira, who's currently going around in 12th position. So we'll see how things pan out as the cars coming towards the final sector. Like I said, me personally, I've never driven the F2 cars, so I don't really know how these things handle, but it looks like there's quite a lot of understeer. Probably these guys have driven F2 cars more than myself, so they'll most definitely be more used to it. But as you can see, Collar Killer coming through the final corner now, and it's looking like it's going to be a comfortable pole position for him. Yes, it is. He does a 118.1, a second and a half clear of anybody else. So very, very good lap time that you see. There's about 5 disqualifications down at the bottom. I'm not too sure about the point scoring system also. I don't know how that's going to be monitored, but we'll have to wait and see. You can see, okay, as the timers have gone off, all the disqualifications coming through at the bottom of the screen. And there you go. That is the grid for, I believe, the sprint race, which we'll have first, 50% race distance. You've got Collar Killer on pole with Raikar second and a half back. And as you can see on the right, he's got 4 points for that. I'm not too sure how that will translate over to the actual standings, but we'll wait and see. Alpha Wolf P3 in the high tech with his teammate alongside him in P4, 2 seconds off the pace. So really Collar Killer doing a very good job there in qualifying. Murillo P5, Luminance P6, Kyle in P7, Lucas, Andre Oliveira and Corre rounding out the top 10. And then you've got all the disqualifications near the bottom of the grid. So like I said, I'm completely unfamiliar with the format here. I have no idea how many laps this race is going to be. I don't know what the damage is. I'm going to be so honest, but nevertheless, I'm sure it will be good racing from top to bottom. I believe there are some tier 3 drivers also here, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do, although I don't know who they actually are. You guys watching may have a better idea than myself. So as we line up for the formation lap, we'll get the relevant telemetry up on the screen. And okay, that's another thing I didn't know. Obviously, you saw everybody do their qualifying laps on the super soft tires. More or less everybody on the softs now. So I didn't know that you could choose your tires, but as you can see, the man who took pole by a second and a half is now starting on softs, and the man that's starting alongside him is on the super soft. So I wonder what type of difference that will make off the start going into the all-important turn 1. These cars look pretty decent though. I've maybe I should, as Alpha goes into the back, but that should be no problem. Obviously on the formation lap, these cars look pretty alright though. Maybe I need to use F2 cars I'd say more often, but I don't think I've ever driven an F2, but maybe like a lap or so at the start of the game. But nonetheless, as we go down the field and you see all the various the names are very familiar. Callum Ilot's car here for Choso Racing. Okay, that makes sense. Jack Aitken's car, Collar Killer is in. I believe his teammate is. No, I don't know where his teammate is. Cora in P10, also on the super soft. So as they start to come around into the final sector to take their grid positions, it'll be interesting to see what type of race pace these cars have, and whether Collar Killer can take his massive advantage that he had in qualifying and translate it into a dominant performance here in what I believe is the sprint race. Still cars all the way back, only now coming through into the final sector as Collar Killer's already lined up on the grid. I don't think that will influence his tyre temperatures, but he will be waiting there for a long time. Obviously 21 cars on the grid, more than your normal 20 that you have in the F1 cars. So as you can see, the final cars are about to pull up. Yes, they have. And now we wait for the 5 red lights here in Monaco to see who can take a victory here in the sprint race. Different format. What type of race will we get? We're about to find out, and the cameras finally changed. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Has the super soft tires of Racker giving him that advantage? He pulls up alongside into turn 1. Is he going to try around the outside? Yes, he is. And does he get the move done? Oh, they're going side by side all the way up the hill now. Who's going to take that advantage? It looks like Riker is going to make the move stick, and he does. It's a brilliant move from him, and there's a lot of position changes out at the back. Blue flags being waved. I believe there's damage somewhere. You can see, oh yes, there's a few cars that have got into a bit of a mix-up. Pricky also involved there as the timing sorts itself out. So I have no idea where to look at the moment. As you can see, Cora now leading, and there's I don't know what car that is, but he's spun out, and there's, I wonder if collisions, I think collisions may be turned off, because a lot of ghosting going on here, and there's position changes under the tunnel, and I believe that's Alex getting sideways. Yeah, I think collisions are turned off, so not too much damage going on as there's cars switching places under the tunnel, going side by side into the chicane. Is he gonna make it stick? Oh, he's gone for the dive, and they've made contact and gone off. This is a bit of a crazy start, and Murillo's going to pull up alongside and try his way around the outside. Surely that's not going to work, and he backs out Julian. You can see Rick very close behind. I think the time is just a bit broken, and a big queue of cars here. I'm not too sure if damage is on either. It looks like it isn't. I've not seen many front wings as Murillo goes for a dive bomb up the inside, and no, the collisions is on. Yeah, you can see cars making contact, so probably just some desync going on there as Cal in P9 looking to make a move past Alex, and he touches his rear slightly twice. I wonder if Alex is struggling with any wing damage. Pricky retires in the pits, and there's a car in the final corner who spun out. It's Andre Oliveira, and you can see position switches as this is Temp has had a moment, and he spun and he's lost a position to Crumb. A lot going on at the moment. It's quite difficult to keep up. You can see Murillo down in P11. He's going through Frl Geordie. I wonder if he's going to go for a dive bomb. He's looking very aggressive in the midfield as they're really bunched up, and some position changes near the back also. But out in front, Riker on those super soft tyres is at 7 tenths ahead. I'm assuming he'll have to pit as there's a spin line. It's Alex. Alex has spun out and he's in the middle of the track. I wonder if that may cause a safety car or a virtual safety car the longer he's there. As there's cars going side by side, it's Rick Wilbier and Purple Haze. Also, whilst this is going on, the gap out in front down to 4 tenths of a second. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Whilst there's still a few battles going on. As you can see, Geordie out in front, but we're going to go to the front because the gap is only a tenth of a second now. So it looks like Riker on those super softs might start to struggle. As Alex gets a 3-second time penalty. When somebody's gone really deep, it's Alpha Wolf. I'm not sure if he's taken any damage there. I really don't know if damage is on because I've not seen many wings, but I've seen a lot of cars going into the barriers, and Riker going very deep there. causing Collar Killer to have to back out of it a little bit. Luminance in P4 is creeping up on this pack here as Jordi and Murillo are battling for P9, and they're going side by side into the hairpin, but it looks like he may have backed out, so a big group of cars starting to form up here from P9 down to P12. Damage is off. Oh god, I was thinking. Oh my god. So damage is off. I'm not sure who's made that mistake, but that's a pretty big one. And they're saying restart. I'm not sure what exactly is going to happen. That is a bit long. It's 7 o'clock now to be having a restart. We'll have to wait and see. Guys are still driving on, and there's a few cars nose to tail again here from P7. Kyle looks like he's struggling. Obviously not with damage. The damage is off, but a big train here forming behind Kyle. Oh, and someone's gonna go for the dive bomb, and wow, there's no damage, so I guess you might as well. Murillo doesn't make it stick, and Purple Haze goes for a massive dive, and he makes the position up into P8. It looks like oh yeah, there's a lot going on. I'm not sure if we're going to have a lobby restart. I'd be interested to see if we are. It is 7 o'clock though, so that may be a bit of an issue. And I don't think any of these guys are looking at their phones either, as Jordi goes up the inside and makes a good move stick. I believe Temper's spun somewhere. The fact that the damage isn't on is just kind of messed up a lot, but still some racing going on. The gap out in front, 0.2 of a second. Riker really being put under pressure by Collar Killer as there's a position change in P3 and P4. The two teammates are going side by side, and there's a massive crash. They've both been taken out, reset into track, still go wheel to wheel, but they are ghosted. Obviously, if there was damage, then this race would be over for both of them, surely. And they're literally inside each other at the moment. So it's going to be a drag race down to, oh no, it's not, because Alpha doesn't get the traction that he wants. I wonder if he's going to look to go for a dive bomb. No, he thinks better of it. Oh yeah, it looks like he's really struggling on the rear. I have no idea what tyre wear is like on these tires, on these cars, of course. So it's hard for me to give an opinion. Yeah, well, I don't know. This is a lot of laps in the race with no damage. The settings, I'm not sure you got that wrong. Maybe they probably should restart. It's only 6 laps and I didn't even notice. Yeah, it's a bit of a joke, I have to be real. The fact that there's no damage is quite a big mistake to make. I guess it does happen, but it's definitely killed this race because Monaco amount of damage was really the point. But anyway, you still got a Riker out in front here, just managing to hold Collar Killer behind. A lot of penalties being dished out at this point. We're having a look. Yeah, as you can see there. So that means we'll be having no safety cars either, as Riker had enough of the super soft tyres, and he's going to pit. So we'll see what tyres he's about to put on his. I don't know what car this is. And it's the soft tyres. So we'll see where he comes out. Sefai currently only 3 steps behind Kyle. Closest battle we've currently got on the track as Alex gets another 3-second time penalty. Somebody's crashed, but I'm going to be so real, without damage it doesn't really mean much. It just means Sefai is down to P12 now after clipping the inside of the barrier. And that's a spin for Rick Wilby as he goes into the back of Purple Haze. And Purple Haze gets through as well as Murillo. I was going to say Loreno, but that is most definitely not Loreno. Oh jeez, the two teammates have collided again. It was that Crumb and Luminance. I believe that was Crumb and Luminance. So everybody's just crashing because there's no damage. I guess you might as well. Willow gets past. Purple Haze are going to go side by side. Surely this is not going to end well, and it most definitely doesn't, with all 3 cars crashing and Kyle and somebody else finding their way. Yeah, this is somewhat of a joke, to put it lightly, but I guess it is what it is. Oh man. So where is Riker? Riker's in P10. So I'm not too sure if he's been caught up in the melee going on up ahead of him. Hopefully for his race hopes, it doesn't. This is surely not going to end well though. Murillo on the back of Kyle. Is he going to go for a dive bomb? He's got a very good exit, and the rear gets very out of shape, and he locks up, and Lucas uses him as a brake, and Purple Haze retires. Yeah, it might as well be carnage, because the fact that there's no damage means that effectively anything could happen, as there's yellow flags set to free. It wouldn't be for damage, so I'm not too sure what it's for. Probably a car just going slowly. Oh, it's Purple Haze's car coming out of the pits and the tyring at the side of the track. So Rick will be on the back of his teammate Geordie at the moment. If you're just joining us, then as you can see, these are F2 cars going around Monaco, but unfortunately there was a mistake made in the creating of the session and damage is off, so it is effectively a demolition derby, and multiple people have been killed on multiple occasions. I would not be surprised if you're about to see a murder as Crumb leaves the session. I believe that is based on the fact that there is no damage, but now that we are past or just about getting to a half distance, just about past it really, I'm not too sure what's going to happen because it is very, very late to have a restart of lobby. As you can see from in the middle of the track, they're having the tire. Oh god. And Geordie's locked his rear. And now they're going to go side by side into the hairpin, which is, well, it's managed to work out better than some of the other guys, assuming because they're teammates. As Murillo goes to the inside of Powell and he's going to try and hold it around the outside, and it does not work. Rick's still behind his teammate at the moment. They're losing time to the guys out in front, having all not stopped yet. Obviously, Rack's in the back of these guys, and it looks like Murillo's going to try and go for a move into the chicane. Surely, yes, he does go for the move, and this is not going to work out. And he, well, you can see what's going on here. Sorry, you can see what's going on here. Collar Killer comes into the pits. Where is he going to come out? Relevant to Riker, he was the man that was leading the race after stopping from the super soft. So we'll have a look at the tyres he's put on the super soft tyres. It looks like Collar Killer's going to come out miles ahead, as Riker got heavily involved in the carnage up ahead of him. Two teammates going side by side once again, and there you go. Looks like Colour Killer made a move for the lead. Unfortunately, I did not get that. Please excuse me. This is there's no damage on. This is not the most enticing of races. As you can see, cars just crashing left, right, and centre. Oh, as Murillo gets so out of shape on the braking. Obviously, I've not driven these cars before, but it does look like there's a massive lack of rear stability as I say that Riker spins out and is about to lose the position back to Jordan. And is now down in P8 after leading into turn 1 from the start. So a lot of cars into the pits here on lap 15 as Lucas gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Raikkonen may not actually even get third place, as you can see he goes very deep into turn 1 and is now out in 4, quite a long way back behind Colour Killer. As you can imagine, he's been in a lot of trouble today. Raikkonen, Colour Killer has been dominating this race up until this point. There's nothing else really going on at the moment. Looks like we've got a little battle out in front, so we'll keep an eye on that. The guys in first and second box, suddenly there's been a big drop. Not sure what happened there, but we'll follow Rick as he chases down Raikkonen. He's been on those soft tyres for 10 laps now, so he'll start to struggle. And there you go. Oh, he's letting him keep the position, so good racing there from Rick after a little contact in the middle. Alex and Lucas going side by side. It looks like they just about make it through. So Alex is lagging. And I'm not too sure what he tried there, but it looks like both drivers Oh, struggling. Oh, and Ricker spun out again. This is the battle for the lead then. He's going to go for a move up around the outside. Surely not. And there you go. I wonder if he will slow down and give that position back. Doesn't look like he's slowing down at the moment. Surely he should though. And no, it looks like that is not going to be the case, unfortunately. Somebody gets a 10-second time penalty and Geordie spins out. But these cars do look very hard to handle. So another spin. This time Lucas done it for now. Somebody's put on the wet tires. Yeah, this is what the? Wow. At this point, I'm just lost for words. I hope this is the end of it, if I am being honest. It's the last lap, but Luminance will surely be getting a penalty. One that is substantial enough for Collar Killer to win this race. And Geordie spins once again.
I think he thought he was going to get taken out there. Sorry, the car's due ghost, or he's slowing down. I'm not too sure why. Maybe to allow Collar Killer to catch up. Okay, yeah, maybe for that penalty, that little incident that they had, he's going to come across the line and allow Collar Killer to take the victory. Although Luminance starts winning, he probably will still pick up a penalty. So I don't really know how to describe that. I'm quite dejected. Maybe that's a bit strong, but I was quite enthusiastic at the start, but on the realization that damage was off, the race became somewhat of a not too sure how to describe it, but either way, Luminance takes the victory. That will most likely change, but we'll have to see. Collar Killer P2, Alpha rounding out the podium in P3. The rest of the top 10 goes Raikar, Murillo, Rick Wilbier, Kyle, Temp, Alex, and Jordi. Huh? Well, apologies. I'm gonna end the stream here because, as you can imagine, I try to take as much pride in my commentary as possible, and obviously with damage being off and effectively impossible to race, you can only imagine how I feel sitting here watching the F2 cars trundle around Monaco, obviously in comparison to the F1 cars, for 15 laps. So yeah, I hope to anybody that is still watching or maybe watching this back, it was okay for you to watch. I also apologize for my lack of communication. It's not something that's very common in my commentaries. As I said, I do take a lot of pride in doing it, and I do enjoy doing it. But situations like this, I really don't want to commentate. So hopefully we get, I don't know, a lobby some other time, or I get to commentate in this league under other circumstances. But now I'm at the start of the race. I feel like I might as well just show you guys at least the first lap, just so that it's not a completely tasteless sprint race. But yeah, so we'll watch the cars as they're about to go off the line, and we'll see what happens. Obviously reverse grid from a certain position, I'm not too sure where. So are they going to change the camera? Yeah, there we go. So lights about to go out. I'm on the way. Seem like pretty good starts all over. Going into turn one, obviously no damage. So oh, and you can see there's quite a lot of cars off, and a lot of cars inside each other also. Another car going slowly. Wow. Yeah, alright. Oh god. Yeah, yeah. I'm leaving. Alright, see you guys.